Hello, my name is Casey Elliott, and I am majoring in medical assisting. I am anticipated to graduate this coming May 2020 with my associates in applied science in medical assisting. My future goals would be I actually have two kids. So my son Hank is 3.5, and my daughter Jolene will be 1 in October. And no, I don't like country music. I just happen to like the names. So, my future goals would be I hope to eventually get into the nursing program. So, I graduate in May with my medical assisting, and then I hope to shortly after take my AAMA exam and become certified and hopefully get a job. And then I would like to work for the next year or so while also doing my few prerequisites that I have left for the nursing program, and then hopefully apply for the nursing program at CCC in 2021 or 2022. It just depends on how my kids are doing and whatnot. I know that's going to take a lot of my time, so we'll see how that goes. The most embarrassing moment that I ever had, when I think about the most embarrassing moment, the first thing that always pops into my head was when I was 17 years old and I was a junior in high school, and it was my junior prom, and I went out to eat dinner at the Outback Steakhouse with my boyfriend and several of my friends, and I went to the bathroom, and when I come out, I did not check that my dress was pulled down all the way, so I come out and showed Outback half my butt. So the dress was stuck in the back of my underwear. So now I always check, not once, not twice, but 3 times, usually, whenever I come out of the bathroom, because I want to make sure that my rear end isn't hanging out again. The 3 things that I cannot live without. I know most of the time people want to list like friends or family or whatever, but I'm actually going to list things. So, first and foremost is sun drop. I love it. I'm a sun drop addict. I have tried to give it up and I cannot. It is like crack to me. I pretty much have to have it every day, and if I don't, I'm thinking to myself, man, I got to get to the store and get some sun drop. So, second would unfortunately be my phone. I know today is just a crazy world where technology just like runs everything, but really, I couldn't live without it. I not only use it like to keep in contact with friends and family and stuff, and of course for social media, Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, things like that, but I'll also use it to take a lot of pictures. I keep a lot of memories on my phone. I also use it for a lot of shopping. I can't tell you the last time I actually went shopping at the store. So, and the third thing would be music. A lot of people don't know when first looking at me, but I'm a rocker through and through. I love rock and roll music, and there's just something about music or a live show or a concert that can just completely transform you. So, those are my 3 things. The favorite actor, actress, etc. I would say my favorite actor would be Keanu Reeves. I just really like him. I love his movies. The Matrix is one of my favorites. I love him as a person. The favorite singer, I would just have to say band. I love Papa Roach. They're one of my favorites. Always put on a killer live performance. I've seen them 9 times. Favorite TV shows, too many to name, but I will say that I love Friends, Game of Thrones, Grey's Anatomy, Stranger Things, just a few. Something weird about me. I have a lot of like weird quirks. Like I have to check the doors so many times before I go to bed at night, like to make sure they're locked. I don't know, I have anxiety, I guess. The most unbelievable thing that has happened to me. So this is going to make my video go over my 5-minute mark, but it's going to be worth it, I promise. So, of course, childbirth is just this wonderful miracle of a thing. And I'm sure when you talk to women, they say, oh, it was so unbelievable, yada, yada. Well, with my second child, it really was unbelievable. So I had my daughter last year in October, and I had been laboring at home for 2.5 days, and I was just making no progress. And finally, I started having stronger and more frequent contractions. So I went to the hospital and got there around midnight on a Friday night. And the nurse checked me, and she was like, "Oh, you've still got a while to go. You know, you're only dilated 2 centimeters. And if you know anything about childbirth, well, that's not that much. You got to get to 10. So we waited, and they was like, "Do you want anything for pain?" And I was like, "No, I'm going to see how I can ride it out," because I didn't like the epidural with my first. Well, around 1:18 in the morning, my water broke on its own. Checked me. Still only 2 centimeters, okay? Had hardly budged. So around 2 o'clock, well, probably about 1:50, 1:45, I got up to go to the bathroom because I had to pee. And I go to the bathroom, and all of a sudden, I start having these crazy, insane contractions. I mean, they just hit me all of a sudden. Man, this baby almost come out in the toilet at the hospital. I was hollering for that nurse, and I was telling her that something was not right. I was like, "I feel something down there." And she was like, "Oh, it's just the pressure of the baby. It's just the pressure. Come on back over here to the table, and we'll check you out." I almost couldn't walk to the bed because the baby was coming out. So that will probably be the most unbelievable thing that ever happened to me. In my medical records, it says that I had a spontaneous birth. So needless to say, definitely spontaneous birth. So I'm actually kind of bummed I didn't get to the rest of these impromptu speeches because I think they're kind of cool. So if you want to stop now, you can. You don't have to keep watching. I mean, heck, I've already been talking for 7 minutes. As you can see, I'm very long-winded. But I want to keep doing them. I like answering questions like these. I think it helps you to learn about yourself. So number 7, which is the letter speech. My name is Casey, C-A-S-E-Y. So C would stand for crazy, but in a good way. A would stand for assertive, because I believe in standing up for myself as well as the people around me. S would be for sensitive and silly. Can I do two? I think that I am a sensitive person, and I also am silly, and I like to have fun. E would be for empathetic. I try to think of how others feel, and I always try to put myself in someone else's shoes and remember that everybody is different. Y would be for young. I mean, I'm almost 30, but young at heart. Okay, well, superpower. I wish that I could time travel. I think that would be amazing, to just go to any time or place that you ever wanted to go. I've always wanted to go to like the medieval Renaissance period. The 80s would be awesome. I mean, I was born in 89, but I mean, to actually live in the 80s would be cool. The celebrities that you've met or would like to. Well, I'll just say one of the celebrities I would love to meet is Keanu Reeves. I already told you earlier why I love him. He's just a great guy, and he's cute. That doesn't hurt. So yeah, I would like to meet him. I've actually met a ton of celebrities. I guess celebrities, you could say a lot of rock bands. Bands like Papa Roach, Shinedown, Skillet in this moment, Trapped, Saving Abel, Bullet for My Valentine. I mean, those are just a few. Hailstorm, if anybody knows these bands, but they were all nice for the most part. And if I won the lottery, I would make sure that my kids are set first and foremost. Then I would make sure that I help my parents because they've done a lot for me, so I would like to do a lot for them. And then I would make sure that we have a nice home, nothing too fancy, and nice vehicles to get us from A to B, and that our debt was paid off. And then I would like to set aside money every year to travel on. And I think I would still work, depending on how much I won. I mean, what is that quote? Idle hands are the devil's whatever. You know what I'm talking about. But yes, so that's me and my 10-minute video. So I hope that's okay. Thanks.